Hi folks, this is Micah Plant here. Thanks for tuning in. I've got a 2016 Gibson Humminbird Pro here in the shop, and a customer brought it down. They're a singer-songwriter, and they play a lot, just with the guitar, and they're having some intonation problems. That means the instrument's not playing as in tune as it could. So we did a cursory inspection while they were here, and determined that this Gibson suffers from the same plight a lot of them do, which is the graduations, the compensation that's machined into the saddle itself, which is this white piece set into the bridge. They're just not quite accurate. They're designed to help the instrument play more in tune and lengthen strings that tend to play sharp and shorten strings that tend to play flat. Try to make intonation more even than it used to be back at toward the beginning of guitar history. These graduations that Gibson uses are not quite right, and so I'll be making a new saddle to see how much I can attenuate the intonation issues with the saddle compensation. But after that, I'm pretty sure that's not going to be enough, because on top of the poor graduations on the current saddle, this person also plays in a drop tuning, so the strings are just a little bit more slack than they would ordinarily be. And to make matters even a little worse, they like to play a slightly lower gauge string. So the instrument plays fast, a lot more like an electric guitar, not somebody I'm going to try to talk into using heavier gauge strings. The solution will be to make a new saddle, and probably to make a new compensated nut as well. The idea there being to account from where you have graduations that account for the string's length down here. You can also do the same thing to on the nut to compensate for tuning issues. So one really common one, especially with Gibsons, is the sharp E string. The saddle's going to fix a lot of that, but the issue is as you go up the neck, the low string becomes more and more sharp of the desired pitch. Just a couple of cents, but it's enough to throw it off if it's in a certain context. For instance, your big low, he's a half step down, so this is a low open F sharp, That's like a solid 10 cents sharp at least. And so we're going to be able to fix that a little bit with the compensated nut. Another big one for the compensated nut is the major third in the open E major chord. That is your G sharp fretted on your first fret of your G string. Nasty sharp. Again, has to come down 10, 15 cents to really come right into pitch. So with intonation issues, it matters where the note is in the chord as well as how sharp or flat they are. So the goal here, new saddle, new compensated nut. See if we can clean this thing up so that with a capo or just by itself in general, it's playing a lot more in tune. So this is the first video of the series here, and I'll be kind of showing you what I'm doing as I go. And yeah, hopefully we get these intonation issues taken care of. All right, thanks so much for tuning in, and I guess we'll catch you at the next step of the job here.